Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to endure to the end that are calling on the true names of the Father in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and truly believe. Shalom, all right? Now today, I want to talk about, the times that's getting ready to come forth, okay? And we go into them numerous times because there's not enough time that you can, go over the same scriptures, okay? Because it has to become embedded inside of your brain, man, inside of your heart, inside of your mind. So we're gonna talk about today is, you can't live by bread alone, all right? You cannot live by bread alone, all right? And for the most part, our people, and not just our people, but just people in general, they believe that they're going to get by just by, whatever source of bread, and bread can represent comfortability or resources or whatever. They believe that just by their bread alone, they're going to be able to survive, okay? There's not enough resources that you can have that's going to allow you to make it through this time that we're getting ready to go into, all right? So that's why this lesson is entitled, Man Should Not Live by Bread Alone, okay? Because you're not going to be able to live by whatever you done stored up, whatever you done, thought that you can think 3 steps, 4 steps ahead down the line. You're not going to be able to outthink the Most High, all right? Point blank, all right? So let's open up in the book. You know what? Let's go to the Apocrypha. Second Ezra, chapter 6, in verse 22. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 22. It reads, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Right. So in the midst of you thinking that, this society, this kingdom is going to last forever, there's going to come a time when the things that you're getting right now so easily and comfortable is not going to be, okay? There's going to be a time when you can't go into to your favorite restaurant or your favorite grocery store and get that pack of hot dogs or have that, night out on the time. Those times are coming to an end and they're fastly approaching, all right? So man should not live by bread alone, all right? You're not going to be able to live by whatever type of resource that you think you have that you can acquire at the time of, that great calamity, all right? You're going to basically, what this is telling and going into is have to rely on your faith, all right? And if you're not exercising your faith right now, how are you going to be able to, get it in that time? Because it's not like a switch where you can just cut it on and cut it off at the drop of a dime. No, you have to already be exercising this faith, all right? So if you're not taking the time that's given to you right now to exercise this faith, how much more are you going to definitely need it when those times come, you see? So man should not live by bread alone. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. It reads, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown," right? So the places like your food markets, your distribution centers, all these places that, store goods for the public to consume, it's going to come a time where you can't go and find them anymore, all right? It's going to come a time where you can't get Amazon Prime to show up at your front door, all right? Those times are fastly approaching, man, because why? This man is systematically dismantling this system to bring forth his new system, okay? Everything is going to be heading in the way of digital, okay? The old paths are getting ready to be, completely done away with. So you paying something with $1 or, whatever you paying with right now, that's going to be obsolete, you see? And for the most part, people rely on that bread, okay? People rely on that resource, whatever it is, okay? but they're not going to be able to outthink, this time that's getting ready to come. All right, whether you trying to take your resources and consolidate them, and no, you're not going to be able to do any of that. All right, it's going to come a time where you have to rely strictly on your faith. All right, and if you don't have faith, it's going to show, and it's going to be proven in those days. All right, because here in America, which is also known as Babylon the Great, if you're not of the elect, you're not getting out of here alive. All right, point blank, period. All right. So it says the full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty. Right. Because at any given point in time, the most a grocery store probably has on hand is 3 days worth of supply. All right. And once those 3 days run out, who knows how long it's going to be before something else come in, or if anything else comes in. Okay, because it tells us in Isaiah the 24th chapter that this city of confusion is going to be shut down. All right. So there's going to be barricades. There's going to be restrictions on who can come in and come out of the city. All right. So your city may be under that restriction that's not allowing anything to come in and come out. All right. Let's read that. Isaiah 24. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and verse 10. It reads, Isaiah 24 and 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Right. What city of confusion is speaking of? America. Okay. Because America is likened to Babylon. Okay. When you go into the word Babel, it means confusion. All right. This place is the city of confusion. All right. Where up is down, left is right, and everything is ass backwards. So it says what? It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Right. So it's coming a time where all your storehouses, your restaurants, what have you, is going to be all shut down. Okay. And we seeing that take place more and more, systematically. All right. Restaurants going out of business, jobs being replaced by AI. Soon it's going to be a universal basic income implemented, where everybody gets a certain amount of money, just to stay home. Okay. But the only way you're going to be able to receive that assistance is by the way of that micro CHIP. So let's read that again. Isaiah 24 and 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Right. So what good is your bread going to do in those days when you can't go spend it? You see? And that's the trick bag that this man is putting you in. Okay. Thinking that, accumulating wealth is going to be able to transfer over when these, this time folds. Okay. You're not going to be able to take that wealth that you accumulated and go in and purchase anything if everything is closed. All right. So all the stores is going to be shut down. All your restaurants, everything is going to be shut down in this place. You see? And if you don't have the understanding, you're not going to know exactly what to look for. All right. And this is what this man is leading you to. Okay. He's leading you into a dead end. All right. He's leading you into a future that doesn't yield any type of, benefits. All right. So let's read that again. Isaiah 24 and 10. It says the city of confusion is broken down, man. And we are on the midst of this taking place. Okay. We just had what was it that just happened this past Monday that they call them Black Monday? That, the markets tanked. Okay. The markets took a dive. And one particular market, I believe it was the Dow Jones, it took a 1,000-point dive, man. So this man's system is becoming more and more obsolete as the time go on, man. The other countries aren't trusting in the dollar anymore. Okay, they're selling off all their shares and their positions that they're holding in the dollar, because they're seeing that the dollar is what? The dollar isn't worth shit anymore. Okay. It's losing its value with all the interest rates and the inflation. The dollar is on its way out the door. Okay, it is making room for the new dollar. Okay, if you will, it's going to be a digital currency. All right. So you're not going to be able to live by bread alone. Okay, if you don't have this truth, I'm speaking to the elect. You know, we understand that we're not going to be able to live by bread alone. All right. We understand that we're going to have faith. All right. But to the non-believers, hey, it's going to be evident what y'all faith is going to be, which is what? To receive that micro CHIP, okay, in your right hand or in your forehead, you see? So you're going to receive either the mark from the Most High to be exempt, or you're going to receive the mark from this man and be exempt, okay? I mean, and be judged, all right? So it says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Right. So if you got all the bread in the world, if you got all the resources in the world, what good will it do you in that time if you can't use it? Okay. What good is it going to do to get the bag? Okay. And can't even spend it. That's why a lot of our people are going to run and take that mark so that they can keep their wealth and their position in the society, because they don't want to give up that bag, that bread, okay? And that's why they're going to willingly go down and take it, all right? Amongst other, reasons. So this is the book of St. Luke, chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads, "In Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness." Right. Because we know that Yahushua received the Holy Spirit when John baptized him. Okay. Now he came back into the wilderness, which another word you can go into one of the definitions is solitary. Okay. Isolation. So he came back and it says what? Being 40 days tempted of the devil. Right. So Yahushua went off to his own, and he was tempted by the devil for 40 days. Okay. Let's go on and see what it says. It says, "And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he afterward hungered." Right. So for those 40 days, he didn't eat anything. Okay. And afterwards, he was at his weakest because why? He hadn't eaten anything and he was hungry. Who comes knocking at the door, man? None other than the devil. And let's see what the devil, proposed to Yahushua. It says, "Being 40 days tempted of the devil, and in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered." Right. So he was hungry, man. Just imagine not eating anything for 40 days. Shit, for the most of our people, just imagine going a couple of days without eating, man. When you get some food, you gonna chow down on it, man. You're gonna chow down on it. You see? So just imagine 40 days Yahushua went without eating anything. The temptations must have been running through his mind. You see? And here come the devil. Let's see what the devil said. It says, verse 3, and the devil said unto him, "If thou be the son of man," it's like it. St. Luke 4 and 3. And it reads, "And the devil said unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command this stone that it may be made bread." So here it is, the devil, tempting Yahushua by telling him what? To turn this bread into stone. Okay? You see, that's how the devil gonna come at you when you at your weakest point. Those thoughts are going to enter your head and be like, "Hey man, we ain't had nothing to eat. The family's starving. We tired of living out here in the wilderness. Hey, what's the worst thing that can happen? We go and get the mark and we get food, we get a temporary place to stay and sleep at, and then we could take the mark, the micro CHIP out of our hand later on." Okay? That's gonna be the mindset for a lot of our people, man. You see? and you playing a very dicey game, okay? A very dicey game you playing like that. So it says, verse 3, and the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command this stone that it be made bread. Now here it comes, okay? Here it is, Yahushua just came off a 40-day fast where he didn't eat any food, and the devil appeared to him and said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command this stone to be turned into bread. You see? You see how easy it would be to give up and give into your inner thoughts? Let's hear what Yahushua said. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone. You see? So it's written, you know, we're not gonna be able to live by bread alone, okay? So we're gonna have to be uncomfortable. We're gonna have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, okay? Because in that time it's gonna be a challenging time, okay? It's gonna be a trying time to see who is of the elect and who isn't. Okay, the furnace, the fire is gonna get turned up in that time, all right? And it's gonna prove to see who is of the elect and who isn't, who's going to hold and who's going to fold, all right? So verse 4, it reads, and Yahushua answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High, right? So you got to have faith, man, okay? Faith without works is dead, all right? You can have all the bread in the world, all the resources in the world, and if you don't have faith, it's nothing, okay? It means nothing, all right? You just throwing up those goods for one of the elects, all right? So it says, verse 5, and the devil taking him up into a high mountain, which when you go into the mountains represent powers, man. So the devil, you know, he showed Yahushua, you know, these different mountains, you know, these different powers. And let's read what it says. It says, verse 5, St. Luke 4 and 5, and it reads, and the devil taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Right. So the devil, you know, he took Yahushua up and showed him, you know, hey, these kingdoms could all be yours, okay? See? And the devil's gonna play on your mind like that, all right? But you gotta know how to resist that temptation, man. You have to know how to resist that temptation, okay? The devil is going to play with a lot of people's minds in that day, man. And we have an example of our Lord right here, okay? So you got to know how to resist, you know? So it says, and the devil taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Verse 6, St. Luke 4 and 6, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. Right, so the devil told Yahushua, man, hey, I can give you all this power, man, all the glory, you know? And we're going to find out what else happened. Verse 7, it says, if thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. Right. So all Yahushua had to do was succumb to those thoughts, man, that, hey, he could gain everything and forsake his mission. You see? He could have gained everything and forsook his mission. Okay? That's what the devil wanted him to do. Give him all, hey, what the devil, hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. So peep this, the devil wanted Yahushua to worship him, forsake the mission that he was sent to do, and he would gain all the kingdoms, the mountains of the world. But let's hear what Yahushua told the devil, man. It says, verse 8, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shall thou serve. Right. So Yahushua was dead set on completing the mission, man. You know, and the devil tried to deviate him and send him off into another tangent to do things that wasn't biblical, because you got to remember, this book foretold of Yahushua, man. It tells us that in Hebrews 10:7, okay? So this whole book was foretelling of Yahushua, and for Yahushua to fall into the trap of the devil, he will be forsaken prophecy, and we know that ain't gonna happen. You see? So he said, so he told the devil, he said what? He said, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written. And when you look up the word Satan, that just means adversary, someone that's opposed to the will of the Most High. You see? So Yahushua rebuked Satan, that thought, man, and told him to what? Get ye behind me. You see? Yahushua was about his father's business, man. He understood the task at hand, man. He had to get it done. You understand? So it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shall thou serve. Right. So Yahushua understood the mission, man. Although he had powers and he could have, easily been made a king and ruler over all the kings of the nations at that time, he understood what the mission was and what the mission entailed. Okay, it entailed for him to die on the cross. It entailed for him to be risen in 3 days, so that what? Hey, he could be that perfect sacrifice, that lamb for the nation of Israel. Okay, Yahushua could have been selfish and said, you know what? I'm gonna take the powers that I was given and I'm gonna have everything right here and right now. Okay, but that wasn't what prophecy dictated, man. You see? So let's go there and get that. The book of St. John, chapter 18, in verse 36. This is St. John 18:36. It reads, Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. Right, so Yahushua understood that his kingdom wasn't this kingdom, okay? He understood prophecy, all right? He understood that there would have to be a heathen ruling what you now see as the Edomites, the so-called white man, according to the vision that Daniel got and interpreted, that we are in that last leg of this last rulership. Now when Yahushua comes back, he's going to conquer all kingdoms and he's going to receive the glory. Okay? Because why? He defeated death. Okay? And in doing so, we praying that we are heirs and that we could be joined to him. All right? So the mission was never to go off on your own tandem and, do something outside of this word, man. You see? But the devil is going to play on a lot of people's minds in that time, man. You see? And they don't understand prophecy. They don't understand faith, okay? Man should not live by bread alone, okay? But by every word of the Most High. You have to have faith, all right? To understand what's coming down the pipe, okay? That mark of the beast, okay? It's coming, man. And it's going to try a lot of people, all right? It's going to offer them things that they thought they could never achieve, okay? Just look at the time we living in now, all right? Where you can become a millionaire just by uploading content, okay? How much more when the mark of the beast is implemented, all right? You're going to be able to get everything and then some in your wildest dreams, all right? And the devil's going to offer it to you. If all but you would go down and get that mark, all right? So it ain't going to be far-fetched to believe that people are going to willingly go down and receive that mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? Because why? They're going to be given over to those reprobate minds, okay? Because in the time that they had to get themselves together and to practice in their faith, they didn't take it and make the most of it. So let's read that again. St. John 18:36. It reads, Yahweh shall answer, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight. Right, so there's going to come a time when Yahweh shall makes his grand entrance on his second coming, that he is going to give his servants, the prophets, those spiritual powers, and they are going to fight against Satan and his adversaries, okay? Speaking of Esau, Edom, and the rest of his, his adversaries, okay? That's spoken of in, I believe, 2nd Ezra 13, okay? So Yahweh Shah, he is going to fight against these other nations, all right? But now it's not the time, and he understood that when the devil came to him and offered him all the kingdoms of the world at that time, you see? So Yahweh Shah understood prophecy, okay? So let's read that again. St. John 18:36. Yahweh Shah answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then my servants would fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. So he understood prophecy, you see? He understood that there's things that must take place in order for him to get the kingdom, okay? And he had to die on the cross first, okay? He couldn't offset prophecies and give into the thoughts of Satan and take what Satan was offering him and forsake prophecy, okay? Because then it would have been all for nothing, all right? So he had to resist that temptation. So let's go back to St. Luke. In verse St. Luke 4 and verse 8, and it reads, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only should I serve. And he brought him to Jerusalem and said, and this is verse 9, St. Luke 4:9. And it reads, and he brought him to Jerusalem and set him on a pinnacle of the temple and said unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down from hence, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee. You see? So, hey, you got to watch out, man, because these spirits, they know the word, man. These spirits, they know the word, all right? But you have to combat it with the truth, okay? You have to combat whatever type of, thoughts that are coming in your head. You have to combat it with truth, because here it is, Satan telling Yahweh Shah that what? Let's read it. It says, verse 10, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee. And where was he quoting this from? The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 11. Let's read that. Okay? Because for all you that's thinking that Satan don't know the Bible, he knows it, man. Okay? Especially these Christians, man. They could throw out a few scriptures, but they can't quote it and break it down in its entirety like it's supposed to. So let's go there and get that in Psalms 91. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, and verse 11. It reads, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Verse 12, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. You see? So the devil, man, if you're not of the elect, you can easily be given over to a reprobate mind, all right? You could be following after, individuals that you think deep and could break down a few scriptures, but don't have it, okay? And we seeing that, all right? We're seeing that firsthand. Here it is, the devil speaking to Yahweh Shah, telling him that what? Verse 10, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. You see? Verse 12, and Yahushua answering said unto him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. So Yahushua always knew, man, he was rooted and founded and grounded in his truth, okay? Whatever thoughts that he may have had, he knew this word, okay? He knew exactly what his mission was, man, okay? To the point where he asked the Most High, if it be your will to remove this cup, okay? That's a lot he had to deal with, man. Amongst the infirmities of the nation of Israel, he also had to, worry about dying on the cross, man. And as he got closer to that time, it was a lot for him. It was a lot for him to take. It was a lot for him to take in, man. But he kept the course. Okay, he kept the course because he had to fulfill prophecy, man. And in doing so, we are now able to be gathered back to the Father. All right. That's why we should be, grateful of this man's sacrifice, Yahushua's sacrifice. We should be grateful of that. All right. Because without him, he could have gave into those thoughts. He could have gave into the devil and did his own thing, man. But he stayed the course, man. He finished his cause, his purpose. All right. That we may be drawn back to the Father. Okay. So man should not live by bread alone. You can't live by, whatever type of resources you have, because those things could all be gone in the blink of an eye. You see, you have to live by the word of the Most High. And Yahushua understood that when Satan offered him that kingdom and the kingdoms of the world, he understood that, hey, it ain't sanctioned by the Most High, man. Okay? If it's not sanctioned by the Most High, it will come to naught. All those kingdoms would have never, been anything compared to the kingdom that he's getting ready to inherit when he comes back this time, okay? And Yahushua understood that, you see? And we got to understand it as well, man. And we playing on the mindset of Yahushua, we got to understand it as well, okay? That we can't live by bread alone, all right? Even though we getting our daily bread, that's it. That's the mindset we got to have, We getting our daily bread. We're not looking far out into the future, how we gonna put away generational wealth for 40, 50, 60 years from now, okay? Because this damn place won't be here that long, okay? It's on its last legs, man. This place is getting ready to be out, okay? That's like Yahushua succumbing to the thoughts and taking, rulership of the Roman Empire only for it to be taken down, all right? So he understood it, okay? He understood the mission, man. And you can't fail this mission. If you are the elect, you won't fail the mission, all right? You understand the severity if you do, okay? You're going to fall back into the world, and that's going to be your end, all right? So man should not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High, okay, which is in his Bible, all right? So you got to get this Bible programmed in your mind, all right? And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting to get this word programmed into our mind, into our heart. So let's read that again. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 4, and verse 12. And it reads, and Yahushua answered said unto him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Right. So you can't fall into those temptations, man. And chasing the bag, going after that, after the bag, as they say, that could lead you off into another tangent, okay? Where you could go off into your own and start to lean on your own understanding. And then next thing you know, hey, you out of the truth, man. And this is a very bad time for you to not be, listening to the word of the Most High, okay? This is a very tumultuous time that we're coming into. And if you don't have that hedge, that's going to be it, okay? If you don't have that hedge, that's your ass, pretty much, you see? And trusting in the bag or your own resources or relying on that bread that you stored up, it's gonna be all for nothing, man. You can't take whatever you got up into the chariots. You see? Whatever you think you storing and putting away for a rainy day, and you can't bring that up into the chariots, all right? You just can't. Okay? You're gonna get a new body and a new heart. You're gonna get the law, statutes, and commandments program inside of you. Okay? So you gotta let all this stay down here in Babylon, man. Okay? Babylon is gonna get purged, man. You can't bring anything with you into the chariots. Give me 1 second. So back where we was at, St. Luke 4:12, it says, and Yahushua answering said unto him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Right. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. Right. So, after the devil ran his course, because he figured, he could come get Yahushua when he was at his weakness after, going without eating for 40 days. Okay? And he gonna come get our people, and a lot of them gonna succumb to it, okay? They gonna run out of resources. They gonna run out of resources. The bread that they don't put, the bread that they don't put aside, it done ran out. Now they gonna be looking like, what the hell we gonna do now? And that's when Satan gonna come play on the minds of them, man. He gonna tell them that what? Hey, we gotta get something to eat for little Timmy, okay? We gotta get something to eat, and we gotta go down and get this mark, you see? And a lot of our people are gonna succumb to those thoughts, man. You understand? So it says, and when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from a season. Right, because as we read, he comes back later on, and what he tells Yahushua through Peter, I believe, that what? Hey, matter of fact, let's go there and read it. This is the book of St. Matthew. Hey, because the devil, he'll use any and every opportunity he can to get you to doubt yourself, man. But Yahushua was on point, man. You see, Yahushua understood the mission at all costs, man. And we gotta have that same type of mindset, okay? We gotta understand the mission at all costs, all right? So let's go there. St. Matthew 16. And 21. This is the book of St. Matthew 16 and verse 21. And it reads, from that time forth began Yahushua to shew unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders in the Holy Bible.
Hollering at you. I love that.
Yeah. Love that. Oh yeah. Get it while you can, man.
What verse you on?
St. Matthew 16.
You mind me recording you real quick?
You go. Hey, I can't tell you no, man.
All right.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 16, and verse 21. So it reads, from that time forth began Yahushua to shew unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised again the third day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him. So Peter started to tell Yahushua that, man, don't talk like this, man. That's nonsense. Why you talking like that? Okay? But they didn't understand. Peter, he had the devil on him, man. And Yahushua is going to rebuke him. We're going to come to find out and watch. So it says, then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, be it fair from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High, but those that be of men. Right. So Yahushua, he told Satan that had jumped on Peter to get ye behind me. You see? We read in St. Luke that Satan had what? Left him for a little season, okay? Satan gonna keep coming back and trying you, man. Time after time, okay? You gotta know how to resist him, okay? Here it is, Satan jumped on to Peter to tell Yahushua, let it not be, okay? We don't want you to, get killed in things of that magnitude, okay? But Yahushua understood the mission, okay? Yahushua understood that these things are written of him and he has to get them done, okay? And he told Satan that what? Get ye behind thee, all right? So Satan gonna come at the most inopportunity time to try you, all right? But you gotta be on point, man. And you gotta understand this truth, all right? Because if you don't, hey, you're gonna easily cave in and give into it, all right? See, Yahushua understood this word. He said he must be about his father's business, man. Okay? So he understood the word, man. You weren't gonna throw Yahushua off of him completing his mission, no matter what you gave to him, no matter what you told him. If it didn't line up to what this word said, he wasn't going for it. Point blank, period. Okay? If you tried to offer him all the kingdoms in the world and it wasn't his time, he wouldn't take it. If you try to tell him that he shouldn't go down and get crucified, hey, he wasn't taking it. He knew who was behind that. All right. So let's read that again. The book of St. John, it's like the book of St. Matthew, 16 and verse 22. It says, then Peter took him. No, let's jump up to verse 21 to get the context. It says, St. Matthew 16:21. From the time forth began Yahushua to shew unto his disciples how that he must go unto Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised again the third day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him. So Peter took Yahushua and he began to rebuke him, saying what? Saying, be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. So Peter told Yahushua, this ain't gonna happen to you, Lord. You're not gonna go get persecuted by the elders and be killed and then have to, leave us. Well, he didn't say leave us, but hey, Yahushua had a close relationship with his disciples, man. Okay? And it says, and be raised again the third day. Verse 22. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter. So this is what Yahushua turned and said unto Peter. Okay? Yahushua told Peter what? Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High, but those that be of man. Right? So, hey, we're going to have to have that same type of mindset, man. We're going to have to rebuke our own selves sometimes, We get a thought that's impure, that goes against the word. Hey, tell Satan to leave, man. Tell Satan to get from behind you. Tell Satan to get behind you, okay? We're going to need that. We're going to need everything. Hey, we're going to need everything we got and then some, okay, to make it through this time that's getting ready to come, okay? And if we are the elect, we're going to make it through, all right? We're gonna make it through. So it says, verse 23, but he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High, but those that be of man. Right. That's of the man. That's of what man, trying to tell Yahweh Shai that he don't have to do this. No. Yahweh Shai knew what his mission was, man. He understood that from the beginning, okay? So let's go on and read. It says, verse 24. Then St. Matthew 16 and 24. Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. You see? So we're gonna have to follow Yahweh Shai, okay? We're gonna have to have that same mindset as Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? He got tempted, we're gonna be tempted, okay? But we're gonna have to put on the mind of Yahweh Shai, all right? Let's get that. Philippians 2 and 5. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2. In verse 5, it reads, Philippians 2 and 5. It says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Verse 6, who, being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of man. You see? So Yahweh Shai took on the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of a man, okay? So he had the same type of, thoughts that we are having, okay? But he overcame them, all right? And through him, we're gonna have to overcome him as well, okay? Because now he received that glory, that victory, okay? And through him, we looking to be heirs as well, okay? Because he's coming back, and he's not coming back as a man this time. He's coming back as an angelic force, okay? And in doing so, he's going to defeat death for us. He's going to swallow up death so that it has no more, that it has no more dominion over us, okay? Because as we currently sit in these vessels, in these bodies that we have, they're subject to payment. They're subject to death, man. But when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to swallow up death, and he's going to change us in the twinkling of an eye. Okay? When we get beamed up in those chariots, that's it, man. We can take a breath. We can relax. We can exhale, man. But until then, we got to keep pushing, man. You see? We got to keep pushing until we get into those chariots, man. That's the mission, okay? For those of us that's here, that's the mission, man. We got to make it into those chariots, okay? We can't rest. This is not our resting place, okay? We don't get rest until we get into the chambers of the chariots, man. So we got to have that same type of mindset Yahweh Shai had, okay? Sure, we're going to get tempted. Sure, people that's going to be put in our ways is going to tempt us, man. But we got to resist that, and we got to tell Satan to get behind thee, okay? At all costs, you see? At all costs, we got to complete the mission, okay? We can't come this close and to fall off, man. We're this close to victory, and you telling me you ready to fall out, man. Nah, man. That's what's going to separate the boys from the men. Those that can continue to endure all the way into the end. Okay? So whenever you come into the truth, man, you got to pick up that plow and you got to do the work. Okay? You got to continue to fight and endure it. All right? It's about what's the word? Perseverance or preservation, perseverance. You know what I'm trying to say. But you got to keep doing the work, man. Okay? The work is plenty. Okay? There's work that take you. There's work to be done that's going to take you from here on to the chariots, man. Okay? There's work to do. There's work to be done. All right? So let's read that again. Philippians 2 in verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua. And we saw the type of mindset he had to resist the devil. Okay? Because he could have easily fell to that, thought that, hey, let me forsake the mission and let me go bask in the glory of all these kingdoms with the powers that I got. Okay? He could have easily said, I'm going to just forget what I was sitting down here to do and I'm going to go do my own thing. No, he had the mindset of his business was what the Father said. You see? And we got to have that same type of mindset, man. We got to finish the mission, okay? It ain't done until we get beamed up into the chariots, all right? All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shad. So you got to have that mindset. Verse 6, Philippians 2 and 6, who, being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. So that cuts on all you people that's saying, who you call Jesus and God is the same individual. No, they're not. Okay? They're different entities. Okay? It says what? Who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. Verse 7, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of man. Right. So he went through the same troubles we going through, man. So through him, we could get through this, okay? It's not by our own will that we're going to make it through it. It's if we are of the elect, okay? We're going to get through this, all right? We're going to keep pushing, man, all right? And we're going to keep praying and sending up prayers that the Most High deliver us and that he brings the downfall of this place ASAP, man, as soon as possible. We're tired of this, man. We're tired of we're tired of these bodies falling apart on us, waking up with aches and pains, getting, old, growing grays. You know the story. You know the story. If you got any type of age on you, you know what it is. So it says, verse 7, Philippians 2 and 7, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of man. That's why he can advocate for us, because he took on the likeness of a man. He knows what we're going through, okay? He knows how, we're suffering in this body because he took on that same body, okay? He had that same body. He went through the same hell we going through times 10, man, okay? And he was perfect. He didn't sin, not one bit. Okay, but he took on that same. He took on that same body that we're taking on. He took on that same punishment that we're taking. That's given with these bodies, man. Until we be made perfect. Okay, that's the walk, man. We got to keep fighting, man. These bodies tell us, hey, these bodies that we are inhabiting in tell us to lay down and give up and quit. But the spirit quickeneth and it pushes us, man. So we got to keep with the Spirit. We got to keep with the Holy Spirit, man. So let's see if there's any more in that book of Philippians 2. Verse 8, Philippians 2 and 8. It reads, in being found and fashioned as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. You see, he was obedient all the way to death. He didn't succumb or cave in and give into the thoughts of Satan or the devil which was trying to deceive him to, hey, take the, what did the devil tell him? I would give you all these kingdoms, but if you was to bow down and worship me, you see? Or when he came off that 40-day fast where he didn't eat, he said, what? Turn that stone into bread. Okay, but Yahweh Shah understood, man should not live by bread alone. Okay, but by every word from the Most High. Yahweh Shah understood that. You see, he understood Satan was offering him something that could get him to deviate from his mission. Okay? And then Satan, knowing the scriptures, told him that what? Cast yourself and let the angels, lift you up unless your foot hit the stone. Okay? Satan even quoted Psalms 91 and 11 and verse 12 on Yahweh Shah, showing you that, man, showing you that what? You got to test the spirits, man. Because what you listen to, you may listen to certain groups and certain individuals that quote a little bit here and there, but then they don't got the whole truth, man. You see? So you gotta filter what you hear through what the word says, okay? You gotta filter through what the word says, okay? If you ain't filtering what you take in from who you hear from what the word says, then you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? And you're doing the Most High a disservice, all right? And he can remove the Holy Spirit from off you just like that. So we got to do our due diligence, okay? Study to show thyself approved. 2 Timothy 2:15, I believe. A worker that's not ashamed of his work, okay? So we doing the work, man. We out here putting our best foot forward, all right? Trying to wake up the elect, okay? Telling our people that we don't have much time left to repent, okay? Now is the time to get it in, all right? Now is the time that's going to determine your salvation, your deliverance, okay? Now is the time to build up your faith. When it seems that, everybody is free to do whatever they want to do, okay? It's easy to go out and buy and sell on the Sabbath. But what's stopping you from doing that? Your faith in the word, man. Understanding that, hey, it tells us that we're not supposed to buy and sell on the Sabbath, so I'm not going to do that, all right? This is how we're building up our faith, and this is how we're keeping the word, the patience of the Most High. So in that time, he'll keep us, okay? We praying for that, all right? So let's go to Matthew 6 and verse 11. This is the book of St. Matthew 6 and verse 11. It's very humid outside, it's always humid, especially after it rains, man. So, hey, it's smoggy, it's very humid out here. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 6, in verse 11. It reads, give us this day, and this is part of the prayer that Yahweh Shah was telling, his disciples how to pray. Okay? One of the parts was what? Give us this day our daily bread. You understand? So we understand at any point in time, that what? Hey, this system could collapse, okay? This system, as we know it, it could collapse, all right? And we're not heavily invested in it, okay? We're just here to get our daily bread, all right? Anything else or anything more is useless, okay? Trying to build your house on quicksand is useless, okay? We're building our house, our foundation on solid ground, which is Yahweh Shah, that solid rock, okay? This man's system, speaking of Esau, Edom, is likened it to quicksand, okay? And if you're building your house on quicksand, it's going to eventually cave in, okay? So what does it say? St. Matthew 6 and 11. Give us this day our daily bread. And that's the mindset we have, just give us this day our daily bread, okay? give us enough to get us through. We don't want too much, and we forsake the Most High, and not too little that we ask who is Him. Just give us just enough. Just give us our daily bread so that we can have enough just to get through. We don't want anything else or anything less, okay? Just enough. Just our daily bread, all right? So this is we're gonna get ready to wrap it up a little bit. This is 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians 10. I want to leave y'all on this note. 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 13. It reads, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is coming to man." So there's no temptation that another man hasn't went through, man. You see? It says, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is coming to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able." So the Most High isn't going to give you anything that you're not able to handle, okay? And you see what He gave His only begotten Son, Yahushua. He gave Him the whole book, man. So us that's trying to pattern ourselves after the ways of Yahushua, He isn't going to give us anything that we can't handle, man. Understand that. It says, "Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able." So we're going to be tempted, man. Satan is going to, try his way with us, man. You got to remember, he's trying to get the elect, but he won't, okay? So when Jacob's trouble come, it's going to show who's the elect and who isn't, okay? Up until now, you can claim you the elect, but you got to be tried, okay? You got to be tried like gold through the fire, man. And Jacob's trouble is going to be that fire that's going to try you and see if you are the elect or not. See if you are worthy of being tried and being turned into gold, pure gold, okay? So get your affairs in order, get your house in order, man. It's coming. So it says, "But will with the temptation also make a way to escape." So whatever temptation that you may be put in front of, just know that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is going to make a way for you to escape, okay? He's going to make a way for you to escape, all right? He's not going to leave you there ass out like that. No, man. All right? Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the patience of my word, I will also keep thee through the hour of temptation that's going to try the whole earth. Verse 13. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. "But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." Right. So you're going to be able to bear whatever the Most High see fits to give you. Just know you can bear it, all right? He wouldn't give it to you if you couldn't, all right? It's to try you, it's to make you, it's to show that, hey, you are the elect. Hey, you getting tried like, gold in the fire to get all the impurities out, and then you're gonna get that crown, man. You're gonna get that incorruptible crown. Okay? That's what we all fighting for. We all fighting for that crown, man. Immortality. All right? That's why we doing it. Okay? We want that immortality. All right? It'd be some of us that's not going to taste the sting of death, man. We're gonna go straight into the kingdom. All right? So some of us gonna taste it, but we're gonna be the first ones to be raised up to meet Yahushua in the clouds. All right? So understanding that man should not live by bread alone, okay? You can't live by whatever resources you think you are accumulating for that time when it comes. No, you have to live by the word of the Most High. And truth be told, Yahushua is that true bread, okay? St. John 6 and 33, "For the bread of the Most High is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth light into the world." Okay? Yahushua is that true bread. All right? This bread that you getting, it ain't worth shit, man. This little pension that Esau give you whatever type of resources you got is stacked up in this kingdom, it ain't worth shit, man. Okay, it pales in comparison to what we gonna get in the kingdom, man. You see, so if you living by bread and thinking that your bread that you getting in this kingdom gonna get you and keep you safe in those times that's coming, you sadly mistaken, man. Okay, so that's why this lesson was titled, "Man should not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High." Okay, you got to have faith, man. If you don't have faith, everything you doing is in vain. Okay, it's just for nothing. All right, you building your house on unsolid ground. You building your house on sand. All right, and it's all gonna come crumbling down once those missiles come. Okay, once those missiles come, it's gonna tear down everything you build up in this kingdom. All right. So I think that's gonna be it. We're gonna wrap it up. Turn and face the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Right? Until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.